2 years ago, Alex found himself at the center of a heart-wrenching humiliation, an event that would haunt him for years. It all began during the annual school talent show, a night that was supposed to be filled with excitement and celebration. Alex had mustered all his courage to confess his feelings to Lily, the girl he had adored since childhood. He had planned a heartfelt speech, believing that this moment would finally bridge the gap between them. But when he took the stage, trembling yet hopeful, the unexpected happened. As he revealed his feelings in front of their classmates, Lily's laughter echoed to the auditorium. She had turned to her friends and dismissed him with a flippant remark that sliced through his heart. In an instant, what should have been a romantic confession became a spectacle of ridicule. The audience, initially attentive, erupted into laughter, and Alex felt the weight of their judgment pressing down on him. Crushed and embarrassed, he fled the stage while whispers and giggles followed him out. This moment marked a turning point in his life, one filled with shame and self-doubt. Rather than facing his peers, he retreated into solitude, grappling with feelings of worthlessness and betrayal. The humiliation etched itself into his memory, shaping his path over the next 2 years as he transformed from a broken-hearted boy into someone determined to reclaim his dignity and seek revenge on the girl who had shattered his heart. In the aftermath of that fateful night, Alex found himself at a crossroads. The humiliation he endured became a catalyst for change rather than a permanent scar. He realized that wallowing in self-pity would only deepen his despair, so he decided to take control of his life. Fueled by a mix of anger and determination, Alex embarked on a journey of transformation. He began by hitting the gym, dedicating hours each week to building strength and confidence. With each drop of sweat, he felt the weight of his past lifting, slowly replacing it with a newfound sense of empowerment. As his physique transformed, so did his mindset. He learned to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. Academically, Alex also thrived. He poured himself into his studies, setting ambitious goals that pushed him to excel. Where once he felt defeated, he now found pride in his accomplishments, earning accolades that built his self-esteem and redefined how others viewed him. Socially, Alex sought out new friendships with those who shared his interests and aspirations. He distanced himself from toxic reminders of the past and surrounded himself with supportive companions who encouraged his growth. Over the 2 years, he evolved from a shy, heartbroken boy into a confident young man, ready to face the world. As his transformation unfolded, Alex's focus shifted from revenge to resilience. He began to realize that reclaiming his dignity was about more than just getting back at Lily. It was about rediscovering himself and embracing the person he had become. One crisp autumn afternoon, as Alex was scrolling through social media, he stumbled upon a post that would reignite the flames of his past. It was a photo of Lily, glowing in the spotlight at a recent charity gala. She had become the belle of the ball, surrounded by admirers and basking in the admiration of their peers. In that moment, all the anger and hurt he thought he had buried surged back to the surface, intensifying into a potent mix of resentment and longing. As he studied her radiant smile, Alex felt a familiar ache in his chest. Memories of that humiliating night flooded back, reminding him of the vulnerability he had experienced. The contrast between his life and hers felt stark. While she seemed to thrive effortlessly, he had worked tirelessly to rebuild himself piece by piece. The sight of her success struck a nerve deep within him, awakening a desire for retribution that had lain dormant for so long. That night, Alex lay awake, replaying images of Lily's laughter echoing to the auditorium 2 years prior. The humiliation he had felt became an insatiable fuel for his thoughts. He began to plot a plan, a way to turn the tables, and finally confront the girl who had once shattered his self-worth. As ideas formed in his mind, he felt a sense of excitement mixed with apprehension. This time, it wouldn't be about seeking validation. It would be about reclaiming his power and ensuring that Lily understood the pain she had caused him. With a spark of revenge ignited within him, Alex set to work on a meticulous plan. He knew that any act of retribution had to be carefully crafted. It couldn't be impulsive or reckless. This needed to be executed with precision, allowing him to reclaim his dignity, while ensuring Lily experienced the very humiliation he had endured. He began by gathering information about Lily's social life, observing her interactions and the events she frequented. After reconnecting with mutual friends, Alex learned that a major charity event was scheduled for the coming month, one where Lily would certainly be in attendance. It would be the perfect setting for his plan to unfold, a glamorous backdrop that would amplify the drama. Alex brainstormed various scenarios that would highlight Lily's previous mockery while allowing him to turn the spotlight back on her. He envisioned a situation where he could publicly confront her about their past, perhaps during a moment meant for celebration. Each idea became more elaborate, and as he plotted, he felt an exhilaration that reminded him of the power he had gained over the years. However, as he refined his plan, Alex grappled with an internal conflict. He questioned whether this path truly aligned with the person he had become. Was revenge worth sacrificing the growth he'd achieved? Yet, every time he recalled Lily's laughter at his expense, determination surged within him. The need for justice pushed aside his doubts, solidifying his resolve to follow through with the plan and ensure that this time, the tables would finally turn. As the date of the charity event approached, Alex meticulously orchestrated every detail of his plan. He knew that execution was key. If he wanted to make an impact, he had to ensure the setup was flawless. First, he secured an invitation by leveraging connections he had made over the past 2 years. With his newfound confidence and charm, he quickly became a sought-after guest, even among those who once overlooked him. On the day of the gala, Alex arrived early, blending in with the crowd while scanning for Lily. The venue was adorned with lavish decorations, and laughter filled the air, but his focus remained sharp. He had arranged for a close friend to be his ally during the event, someone who could help facilitate the moment of confrontation without raising suspicion. As guests mingled and enjoyed cocktails, Alex took note of Lily's interactions. She appeared effortlessly charming, her laughter ringing out like a bell as she shared stories with admirers. With each passing moment, Alex felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety building within him. He reminded himself of why he was there, to reclaim his power and make Lily understand the consequences of her actions. When the time finally came, Alex prepared himself to create a scene that would draw everyone's attention. He signaled to his friend, who began to steer the conversation
toward their shared past. As laughter erupted around them, Alex could feel adrenaline coursing through his veins. Soon, he would confront Lily in front of an audience that would witness the reversal of roles he had long awaited. The stage was set for a dramatic showdown. As the evening unfolded, Alex felt a surge of adrenaline wash over him. The moment he had been waiting for was finally at hand. With a nod from his friend, the conversation shifted toward their shared history, drawing attention from nearby guests. Laughter filled the air, but this time it was not at his expense. Instead, Alex stood poised to reclaim his narrative. He spotted Lily across the room, her laughter ringing out like music as she engaged with a group of admirers. Taking a deep breath, Alex stepped forward, his heart racing as he navigated through the crowd. As he approached, he could feel the weight of every eye on him, curiosity piqued by the tension in the air. "Lily," he called out, his voice steady yet laced with emotion. The laughter died down as she turned to face him, surprise flickering across her face. "Remember that night at the talent show?" he continued, his gaze unwavering. "You made a fool of me in front of everyone. It's only fitting that I return the favor." The room fell silent, anticipation hanging thick in the air as Lily's expression shifted from shock to defensiveness. "Alex, that was years ago," she replied, attempting to dismiss him with a wave of her hand. But Alex pressed on, recounting the details of that night with vivid clarity. Her laughter, his embarrassment, all while surrounded by an audience eager to witness the unfolding drama. As murmurs rippled through the crowd, Alex saw a flicker of regret in Lily's eyes. For an instant, he felt a pang of sympathy, yet he steeled himself against it. This was his moment, a chance to confront not just her, but also the shadows of his past that had haunted him for too long. As Alex stood before Lily, the tension in the air was palpable. He had rehearsed this moment countless times in his mind, envisioning every possible outcome. Yet, as he faced her, a wave of conflicting emotions washed over him. While he had anticipated feeling empowered and vindicated, instead, he was struck by the weight of what he was about to do. "Do you even remember how it felt to be humiliated?" Alex challenged, his voice rising above the murmurs of the crowd. To stand there, Heart exposed while you laughed?" The words hung in the air, heavy with truth. He watched as Lily's expression shifted. Defensiveness gave way to vulnerability. For the first time, he saw a flicker of realization in her eyes, a glimpse of the hurt she had caused. She opened her mouth to respond, but Alex wasn't finished. "I spent 2 years trying to overcome that moment. I transformed myself because of you, because of what you did to me." His voice softened slightly as he continued. "But I realized something during this journey. Revenge isn't what I truly want." The crowd fell silent, caught off guard by a sudden shift in tone. Alex felt an unexpected rush of clarity as he spoke from the heart. "I don't want to tear you down. I want to rise above it all." In that moment, he understood that while confronting Lily was essential for his healing, seeking revenge would only perpetuate the cycle of pain. Lily's expression morphed into one of confusion and regret as she absorbed his words. The confrontation had taken an unforeseen turn, one that neither had anticipated. The moment of truth had shifted the atmosphere in the room, leaving both Alex and Lily standing amidst a swirl of emotions. As the crowd absorbed the unexpected turn of events, whispers filled the air. Some were astonished, others were sympathetic. With Alex's heartfelt revelation, the tension began to dissolve, but the fallout from this confrontation was just beginning. Lily, visibly shaken, took a step back as she processed his words. The laughter that once surrounded her faded into silence, replaced by an uncomfortable awareness of her past actions. For the first time, she recognized the impact of her cruelty on someone she had once considered a friend. Alex watched as confusion morphed into genuine remorse on her face, and he felt a flicker of empathy stir within him. The gala continued around them, but for Alex, time seemed to stand still. He had not achieved the revenge he had initially sought. Instead, he had unearthed a deeper truth about himself and Lily. As guests began to murmur about the confrontation, some approached him to express their support and admiration for his courage in speaking out. In the days that followed, news of the incident spread throughout their social circle. While some friends rallied around Alex, others were quick to condemn Lily for her past behavior. The ripple effect prompted conversations about accountability and personal growth. For Alex, this aftermath became an opportunity for healing, not just for himself, but also for those who witnessed the encounter. Instead of feeling vindicated by revenge, he found solace in the realization that he had grown beyond that moment of humiliation. This marked a turning point not only in his life, but also in how he viewed relationships and forgiveness moving forward. In the weeks following the gala, Alex found himself in a reflective state. The confrontation with Lily had stirred something deep within him, prompting a reassessment of what he truly wanted moving forward. He had envisioned revenge as a means of reclaiming his dignity, yet the experience taught him that healing was far more valuable than retribution. As he processed the events, Alex began to understand the importance of vulnerability and honesty. The moment he chose to confront Lily instead of retaliating revealed not just his strength, but also his capacity for compassion. It was a pivotal lesson. True power lies not in seeking revenge, but in rising above past hurts. He spent time journaling his thoughts, exploring how humiliation had shaped him into the person he was today. Through writing, Alex articulated his feelings of shame and anger, transforming them into insights about resilience and personal growth. He realized that while Lily's actions had hurt him deeply, they had also ignited a journey of self-improvement that he might never have embarked upon otherwise. Moreover, Alex began to engage in conversations with friends about kindness and empathy. He shared his story not as a tale of vengeance, but as a narrative of redemption and understanding. This newfound perspective resonated with others, inspiring them to reflect on their own experiences with bullying and humiliation. Ultimately, Alex emerged from this chapter of his life with a profound sense of self-awareness and forgiveness. He recognized that while the past could not be changed, his reaction to it could shape a brighter future, not only for himself but for those around him as well. As the seasons changed, so did Alex's outlook on life. The confrontation with Lily had marked a significant turning point for him. and he realized it was time to embrace a new beginning. Rather than clinging to the bitterness of the past, he chose to foster connections built on understanding and compassion. In the weeks that followed, Alex reached out to Lily, thoughtfully crafting a message that conveyed his desire for closure. To his surprise, she responded positively, expressing her regret over the past and a wish to make amends. They agreed to meet, both carrying the weight of their shared history, but hopeful for a more constructive dialogue. During their conversation, they navigated through the complexities of their emotions. Alex found himself able to speak openly about how her actions had affected him, while Lily shared her own journey of growth and reflection since that fateful night. The conversation wasn't easy, but it was honest, a vital step toward healing for both of them. As they parted ways, there was a sense of mutual respect that hadn't existed before. Alex understood that forgiveness didn't mean forgetting. It was about freeing himself from the chains of resentment. With this newfound clarity, he felt lighter, ready to focus on his aspirations and build healthier relationships. This chapter in Alex's life opened doors to new opportunities, both personally and professionally. He embraced challenges with confidence and sought to inspire others who face similar struggles. In letting go of the past, he discovered that every ending could also be a beautiful beginning, paving the way for a future filled with hope and possibility.